All right, and we are live. We are live. We are live. We're a little bit late, but we here.
We here.
Welcome to Sincere Love the Godcast. And this is the premiere episode of the Black Business Showcase. I'm excited about this.
Woo-hoo.
What's going on, Nicely Girl? How you doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm great, man. I'm great. I'm excited about this show tonight.
I am too. Been so excited thinking about it every day.
Definitely. This is something that I definitely wanted to do once I started to build this platform. I was trying to figure out different ways to create space for Black businesses. As you know, we always promoting, practicing group economics.
Absolutely.
And things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? So, this is a great way for us to do just that. And I'm definitely excited about our first guest tonight. Sister I've been tapped in with for about a year now, watching her moves on social media, watching her grow, watching her elevate the game, on social media with her content creation and all of that, and just really getting some insight into what it means for being prepared and staying ready you ain't got to get ready.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, let me okay, I got my banners up. Y'all see the banner across the bottom?
I do.
Okay, cool. And let me go to the comment section, make sure I can see all the comments live. Okay, we got brother Daniel KC11CF in the building. Assalamu alaikum, brother. How you doing, brother?
And welcome. Thank you guys for joining us.
Yeah. Let's get into it. And so, without further ado, I would love to introduce to you all our special guest for the evening, Sister Colette.
Hey, hello, Sister Colette. Thank you so much. Finally.
Yes, we made it.
Listen, this Mercury retrograde ain't about to stop this show.
It sure ain't.
You know what I mean? We was having a little technical difficulties getting things started, but we here.
Yes,
We'll be about 11 minutes late, but we here. You know what I'm saying? Let me go grab my notes, because I did have a couple of notes, so I don't forget, some key points, questions, and stuff that I wanted to ask you. But welcome to the show. Welcome to the platform. We glad to have you here.
Absolutely.
I'm so happy to be here. So excited. So get your notes, brother. Well, I'll say how excited I am to be here.
Thank you so much for taking time out your busy schedule and your family. A lot going on in the family, but you still made time for the Sincere Love the Godcast, and we appreciate you, sister. Really do.
Oh, I appreciate the two of you, because I see great things for the two of you, because you two are making a great need. You're feeling a need, okay? You're solving a problem, right? And you are giving people a platform, okay? That's what we need. We need our own platform, so we don't have to depend on others, right? To promote us, to support us, none of that, right? So
all we got.
We're all we got, and we're all we need. We're all we actually need. We don't need any.
You said that. That's a mantra. We are all we need.
We have, yes. And I'm learning that every day as I, come in contact with these great individuals, how skilled and intelligent and resourced. We are amazing. Like, we are an amazing people. We are all we need. We're all we ever needed, right? So nothing changed. So yes.
Let's get it. And you know what? We're going to bring some more of us. We're going to absorb all this wonderful energy that we have collectively, and bring more love and Blackness to this
That's right.
universe. And, we're going to, show by example.
That's right.
That we are all we need, and it just takes us.
It just takes us.
We
have what, little 11 minutes of difficulty, and now we on the grand stage. Like, I mean, big deal. What's 11 minutes of difficulty for, what all we got ahead of us? So
absolutely.
We ain't gonna get hung up on that.
And I'm so excited to learn. I didn't know anything about you, and he, told me about you. I started digging through your social media, and I was like, wait a minute, I want to learn. Why don't I know about this?
Yeah.
Sister Colette, love playing in the kitchen. I love playing in the kitchen. And my favorite thing to do is baking.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm a sweets girl.
Mm-hmm.
But now I've tapped into my little creative juices started flowing, and I've tapped into body butters and stuff like that. So we'll share about that later. Today is about you, though.
Mm-hmm. I'm not really. Well, I'm not gonna. I'll let Brother Sincere go ahead. Go ahead. Wherever you want to take this, go ahead. I'm here for you.
Come on, black man.
Wait, no, I want you to say what you was about to say. I want you to get that thought out. What was that thought
What
you just
was
had?
I gonna say? Oh, she was talking about the fact that she loved the kitchen. Now, I like the kitchen.
I love to bake.
It's the aftermath that I don't like. I love the kitchen, but it's the aftermath. It'd be a mess. And now that my children are older, I don't have my cleanup crew. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
right.
I do have a dishwasher, so that does help. That does help.
Right, me too.
And they're like, all those years we didn't have a dishwasher. You gonna wait till we grow up to get a dishwasher? You were the dishwasher. That's why.
Exactly. I try to clean as I go. I'm one of those, clean as I go type of people. So that I don't have that mess afterwards. Yeah. But
that's my mama motto.
I love to bake.
Yeah.
I love baking. That's it.
Yeah.
That's my mama's motto. Clean as you go. And I've been trying to get that in my kids, but I don't think it's working.
Yeah.
It ain't working.
I'm still working on it.
Right.
But listen, Sister Colette. Some people are watching this right now and they never heard of you. They never heard.
Okay, we froze.
Let's give him a minute to unfreeze. Unfreeze, Brother Sincere.
We rebuke you, enemy.
I know, right? I'm glad. Look, it's usually. I'm just glad I'm hanging in there because usually it's me. I was so nervous. I was like, okay, because my modem is in the attic, and I'm like, I don't feel like going up in the attic to do this interview. I need to be in my kitchen.
Right.
They say, it's better to hook to the modem, actually directly to the modem to get a better. Oh, you ready, brother? Go ahead. I'm sorry. You were asking.
It looks like you. It looks like you two are having a better connection than me.
Right.
All right.
You're back though. Yeah,
it
but
looks like when I start speaking, and I don't see why though. Like everything looks good over here. Like all my bars is up.
It's intermittent. That's all.
That's it.
It happens to me.
Haters gonna hate.
So listen. So my question to you, if you can hear me, my question was gonna be some people, they don't even know what we're talking about right now. They're like, is she a chef? What does she do? She in the kitchen? Right. What's going on here? Right. So what is canning?
All right. So yes, great question. So number one question. So canning is a way to preserve your food in jars like this. Okay.
Mason
to last you for a long, long time. Okay. So when we talk about a long time, we're talking about a year and beyond.
Oh, wow.
Okay? Down the road. Okay. And so what you're doing is you're preserving your food in jars. Okay. And that is just a simple explanation of it. How it works is basically the food goes in a jar. It goes into one of these canners at a certain heat for a certain amount of time. It creates a seal, and that seal is unremovable. And all of the bacteria and things like that are pushed up out of it during the heating process. And the food becomes safe and healthy for you to eat years from now.
Wow. Now,
that's a short version.
Was that something you learned at home growing up, or was something that you got into later on?
So that is like really my favorite question to answer, because I learned that as being an MGT, which is a Muslim girl in training, the name given to the women and girls in the Nation of Islam. So we have 7 units of training, and one of them is how to cook. And so the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan is the actual head of our class. Oh, and wow. So, yes. And so he's the head of our class. And so a few years back, maybe about 2015, maybe, we were in our cooking curriculum. and he gave the instruction for us to learn the skill of canning. Okay. And so this is something that does go on in the nation. And so it has been happening, but it had been a while since we had been instructed to do it again. Right. And for me, I was one of those sisters that hadn't caught it before. So this was going to be my first chance first opportunity to learn it, right? And so that's actually how I learned it. So I'm very new at this, okay? And so we had to learn the skill. We had to, and it was intensive, okay? It was not, you see how I told you in less than 30 seconds what it means? Well, no.
Right.
We were in that class for about a year, okay? So we were, we had to learn all kinds of kitchen safety. We had to learn all kinds of science behind food spoilage. We had to learn, all of the different levels of food between low acid and high acid foods and, where they fall on the pH chart, all that stuff. And so then after we learned all that, then we got into canning.
Wow.
Then when we started canning, we had to produce a certain amount of jars to move on in certain stages to actually graduate. And,
there's levels to it.
Levels to
There's
it,
levels.
right? There was levels. So he set it up in a way that we not only had to learn it, then we had to actually produce a certain amount of jars to qualify ourselves as MGT canners. So,
So you certified.
Certified by the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. Okay, so don't get too much better than that.
You know what? That's the part, that I love about the nation is, I feel like they make sure that people are skilled in something, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whether that's canning, growing your own food, starting your own business. They are 100% down with that do for self. And I love that because, again, there's so many things that we can do. Some of us just need to, get that little push or be introduced to something, and you don't know what that's going to spark, a talent or, an idea, and I just love that about the nation. So, and look what it's turned for you. It turned into a business.
Right.
Love that. Love that.
Yes, indeed. And so, we're here to get an education. So I want you to go into a little bit of that food science, what you're talking about, the spoilage and stuff like that. Don't get too heavy on us now. Don't drown us in the water. You know what I'm saying? But in layman's terms, give us some of the basics of what the important things that one would need to know getting into this thing.
So let's talk about some of the benefits of canning, and then I'll try to maybe tie it all in. Just a couple benefits. So the food is in a jar, okay? You can see right through this, right? You know exactly what you got, and you prepared it, okay? So by me saying that, what I'm saying is you know exactly what's in it, okay? You don't have to see some label on the back of a bunch of words that you can't pronounce, you don't understand. They slipping stuff in there on the slip tip, you know what I'm saying? And it's not good for you, right? You don't have to worry about that. You can control things like maybe your sugar, your salt intake, things like that. You have a dietary restrictions. You don't have to worry about no type of mystery going on here. Okay? So unlike this little guy over here, you see what I'm saying, has a label on it, and it says chicken noodle soup. But when we take it home and we open it, it might be noodles and possibly a piece of chicken in there. We don't know what it's going to turn out to be, right? So, or it could have some lovely, beautiful label with this beautiful chicken soup, and then you still get it home, and it's not what it says it was going to be.
Right.
So there's no deception going on here, right? So it's healthier for you.
Cool. Welcome, cool Keezy.
So yeah, it's healthier for you, right? And it's convenient. Okay, so you have your own healthy fast food. You just go reach whenever you're ready to put something together. You got everything you need, right? Cost effective. You save money. Okay. Yes, it does cost money to get your supplies up and running, but after that, these things are a one-time investment. Right. So this will last me a lifetime. Basically, I'll be passing this down to my grandchildren. Right. These jars are reusable over and over and over again until maybe I get a crack. If there's a crack, you can't use it. But they're very sturdy. They're very, they're quality, All these pieces are reusable, just except the little lid. But other than that, you can use this thing over and over again. So it's not a lot of waste, not a whole bunch of, how you have a whole bunch of garbage because all the boxes and the jars and things that you wouldn't, but these things you can reuse, you know what I'm saying? And then of course it's going to help us in a time of a crisis, disasters. Maybe we lose our job. Maybe we come down with a sickness and we're going to be down for a week or two. We don't got to worry about going out. Now, of course, you might be saying, well, I got my refrigerator is tight, or my cabinets is pretty tight, or my deep freezer is on point, but we're talking about things like long term.
Right.
We're talking about things like maybe you suffer a power outage. If you suffer a power outage, your deep freezer, it's over for you.
And your food is going to go bad.
It's over. Okay. Yeah. So we don't want to, we got to think bigger, right? So those are some of the benefits we're talking about when we're talking about canning, when it's like, what's the point? I got food in the pantry, in the fridge, in my deep, freezer. We're talking about long term. Like I said, we're talking about a year and beyond with this. Okay. This, only thing that's going to happen when you get to that year mark is possibly the texture might start to break down over time. It may not be as bright orange as it once started. This one I made May of 2020. So it's been over a year.
Gotcha.
They look amazing. They look fine.
May I ask what that is?
These are carrots.
Okay.
Little round carrots I got in there. Here's some green beans.
Oh, wow.
I made these May 16th, 2020. Look at them. Perfect.
And so you're using fresh green beans. You cut them up and put them in the jar.
Yeah. You can go to the if you have a local farmers market that you can buy in bulk and get more for your money, I recommend that. Or if you're growing your own food, I definitely recommend that. Or use your local grocery, go to the produce section, get whatever's on sale or is affordable and is quality, of course.
Right.
And then just take it home and jar it, because the thing is we talk about a food shortage. We talk about food crisis, right? But, is it really so much a food shortage or is it a food waste situation? You see what I'm saying? We're wasting a lot of food, and so that's why they call it food preservation, because we're preserving it rather than letting it wither away and die. If I look at my refrigerator right now, there is some lonely pieces of celery and peppers in there right now dying a slow death because it's not preserved. And if I don't do something with it, probably within the next day or two, it's over, right? And then I go to the refrigerator and all of a sudden, oh my God, it's a food shortage. No, I didn't preserve it.
Well, this pandemic also showed us that we need to, this is a good tool to have, because I recall going into the stores the beginning, of the pandemic, and it wasn't just tissue, like
right.
literally no food. You know what I mean? And I'm country, so I have a deep freezer in the garage and another refrigerator in the house. So. I was just trying to go get the stuff in between at the time, and thank God I have food. But this right here would have saved a whole lot of people, because people were stressed out there. It was scary because we didn't know when things were going to get restocked. How long is this going to last? We're hearing kind of whispers now that could be something that happens.
Yes.
Right? So preparation. I will be canning.
Yes, ma'am. It's the time.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Stay ready. You ain't got to get ready.
Right.
And that was a great point too, with the people who are growing their own food at home and stuff like that. People who are gardening and whatnot. Am I good?
Yeah.
Yep. You
All I
good?
hear is laughing.
You good?
Maybe you're hearing us in a delay, but you're fine on our
end. You're fine. What happened? We hear you.
I think it's delaying on his end.
Oh.
I don't know why.
We hear you.
You're fine on our end.
He was talking about the gardening, the importance.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
I was talking, and I think it's delaying. It must be delaying. Because I was talking and you guys were just laughing. So I'm like, wait, something going on.
Oh.
So yeah, something is definitely. So it's definitely a delay. So I was just saying, for people that's growing food at home and stuff like that, I know that they waste a lot of food because, you know what I'm saying, you can't eat all of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Once you get your harvest and all of that, you know, you make a little salad, you know, you might cook a couple.
Uh-oh.
Well, I know where he's going with this, so I'll talk while he's coming up. But yeah, so and that sometimes is what deters people from actually wanting to get into gardening. He kicked out. Because they're like, what am I gonna do with all that food, you know? And it also deters people, like, you know, you ever been in the market and you see, like, I don't know, carrots go on sale 10 cents a pound, right? You like, dang, wow, you know, of course you could afford it, but in your mind, you're like, what would I ever do with all them carrots? They only gonna go bad. But that's where canning comes in. You're supposed to take advantage of those opportunities, buy as much as you can, and come home and can it up and have it for the next year or two. And now you are ahead of inflation, and you will never be affected by high prices because you're already ahead a year or two.
Right.
You see what I mean? You're never going to be affected. You're always going to be canning food when it's, you know, at a good price, or you grew it yourself, or things like that. So yeah, he's right on that. That's a lot of people are deterred from buying stuff when they see it on sale, or some farmer in your community is coming through like, oh, would you like some of this? You know, and you're like, yeah, no, thank you. I mean, it's only going to go bad, you know, and that's a shame, right? Because it's food.
Right. You know? I started a small garden, so I have a condo. So I don't have like the backyard and space as other people. So another Black business, he built me a potting, you know, it's a stand-up gardening pot basically. Right. And I was able to grow bell peppers. I started with bell peppers, and that's all I have right now because I'd never done it before.
Yeah.
I started this a year ago.
Yeah.
Never gardened in my life. YouTube, right? And went to Home Depot, got some seeds, and I started my garden. And every time I need a bell pepper, I walk right outside and cut it out. And they got like so. I feel like I only grew green and red ones. The yellow ones weren't coming too much, but the green ones were really flourishing. I feel like it was a brighter, beautiful green. Like it's definitely different.
It is different. It's different.
It's complete, like the color, everything. I was like, wait a minute, like why is it so different? But yeah, I love my little garden. I share pictures of it with my family on our family text. I'm like, I got a green hand. Like, it's working, but it's super small. I could add maybe a few more of them. I just wanted to try it. Now I know I can do it. Now I have to graduate into some more vegetables.
So I see a question here. How long does it take to learn canning? So that's a good question, because then I think there is that's another apprehension that some people may have. It looks like this magnificent, you know, journey, like, oh my God, how could I, you know, what kind of class or course is this, you know? And it doesn't take, you know, like I mentioned to you, when I learned, we were in an, you know, a very detailed course, you know.
Right.
But of course, the minister wanted the best for us. He wanted us to be extremely qualified, right? However, you can learn this pretty quickly. So, like, for instance, you know, I actually offer canning classes, and I teach people who have never canned before. I teach people who it's been a while since they canned, and people that are canning but maybe just need a little walkthrough, you know, or they want to learn something new to can. But specifically to answer that question, it kind of depends on what they're making. Like I offer a course where I meet with the person 3 to 4 times, and I can get them up and running in about 3 to 4 meetings.
Oh,
yeah, in about 3 or 4 meetings, I can get them doing something. You know, he said he's in here. Okay,
we holding it down.
We hold it down. We do. We following up where you dropped it.
Right.
Put your questions in your notes. So yeah, it's not intense. It is not, you know, anyone can, if you have the time to just be taught and you're open to it, you'll be amazed how quick you're going to be able to be canning. People take my class, they take my class, and when you take my class, you walk away with something.
Amen.
So when you take the class, we go through the science of it, the basic foundation of it. Then we get into learning, what the canners are all about, how they work. Then we actually get into a recipe and we actually can something virtually. Kitchen to kitchen. You in your kitchen,
excited.
I'm in my kitchen. You're comfortable, I'm comfortable. I'm supervising you all the way through. And it works.
I'm excited. Any additional questions that you guys have for Sister Colette?
Yeah, and I only seen that one pop up. So I don't know if they were. I don't know how you can see the questions, but I seen that one pop up. But yeah, so it's really it's not over complex. When I joined the MGT, so the nation in particular, he's asking. So 2002 is when I became officially a registered member of the Nation of Islam. And so that came after my interest came after the verdict of I believe his name was Ahmad Diallo. It was around 2000 or so when that verdict came back guilty. It was the African brother in New York City, I believe, and he had been arrested and they just abused him really badly and all this, and did all these terrible things to him. And it was just, main news at the time, around 2000, 1999. And but it was just I just knew that it was just open shut case. I was just like, okay, they're guilty, right? So but when it came back not guilty, I was just like, what? I was just like, I don't understand. That doesn't, and it just shook my world. Right. It shook my world. And I was just like, and I think I was on a call with you, or I was not a call with you, but I was watching you guys on YouTube kind of talking about your experiences,
right?
How you became awakened. And it was similar for me. I just knew something wasn't right. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes, that's the one. And I just was like, that don't make sense. And I'm like, everything I thought I believed in doesn't seem like it's true. This whole everybody's equal. I'm thinking the world is equal and we're all, I grew up singing that Kumbaya song and he got the whole world in his hand and all this stuff. He got you and me, brother. Yeah. So I'm just thinking, but then come to find out, okay, something ain't right. But so from there I was shook and I was just searching for knowledge, searching for answers. And I had remembered watching Malcolm X movie and I was like, like, where are them people that was in that movie? Them people, I didn't really even know who they were, and I'm thinking they were just something from the past. I'm just like, do they still exist? And that's just kind of got started. I started searching, and one day I ran into a brother selling a Final Call newspaper that was actually in my city. And that was how I kind of got in, started coming out and educating myself more. I fell in love with the teachings, and that's how I got in.
All right.
Yes.
And now, the nations have now built your new empire, because we're going to claim it. It's an empire.
It's an empire.
Yes, it's going to be an empire. And I'm definitely going to be, taking your class. You have my word. As soon as this is over, me and you going to talk, because I'm interested. And honestly, I feel like I just want to have things that I can share with because I have a daughter as well. So I feel like that's something that I can do with her. And eventually when she starts her family, it's something that she can share. I believe, that's generational wealth. You're giving me, I learn wealth that I can share with my daughter. And when she has her future children, something that she can share, with her kids. So I am so excited. Like, honestly, I was like stalking your page for days. Like, this is wonderful. And, it's funny because I was talking to my mom, and I even showed my mom your page, and she was like, we call my grandmother Ma. And she said, Ma used to do this before we moved to California. When we were still in Texas, we did this back home. She said, but I never learned to do it.
Yeah.
They moved to California when my mom was 12. So she's like, Grandma used to do this all the time. This is something, she preserved she made her own jelly and preserves and put those in the jars and sold them, to other people in the neighborhood. I was like, well, I don't know this.
And and that's the story I hear from almost 90% of the people that I come in contact with or have interest or whatever. that same story. So what I'm seeing is it's just this one gap. It's just this one generational gap, which is good though, because I don't have to go back. We don't have to go back, 10 generations to try to, get people on board with this,
Right.
So even with my own story, my mom, she shares stories about, her mom, my grandmother canning and everybody canning, but she never canned. And so of course I never learned how to can. So there's that gap there. But we know that a lot changed, with that generation,
too.
We get comfortable. The enemy took us off our square. You see, they distract us from those things, foundational wealth and generational wealth. They took us away from that. But it's only been one generation, and I'm here, baby, to bring it all back. So
we're gonna bridge the gap. We're gonna bring it back. Amen. I love it. I'm just loving it. You know what? I can tell just talking to you as well as looking at your post. You love what you do.
Yeah,
you love it. And so
yes.
and just seeing your love for it makes me want to do it. And again, it's vital, it's important.
Right.
Everything that happens to our people, they don't make anything resources easy for us
Yeah.
to get. So we have to learn to be resourceful within our own community, and that way anything happens, we can also share with our community. When something goes down and our people need to be fed, guess what? I got you, brother.
Right.
I got y'all.
Right.
And we got to get back to that. I think that we have, started going to the hood. We've took the neighbor out of hood, and we got to get the neighbor back to the hood. It's important that we do that. And like you're doing, teaching and sharing what you have learned, with our people, so that we can also share, and other people are going to come in and share what they've learned. I know how to make body butter. I can show you how to do it.
Yes. And you know what? And that's what I love. I love, you mentioned about me loving what I do, but what I love to do is I just love teaching,
Right.
So what I mean by that is I've noticed that I had put a couple posts up, showing some things that I do, and I had got flooded one day. This video went viral. Over 22,000 people were commenting. Wow. I had showed all these jars that I had canned for this order that I did. And everybody was just like, oh, how much do you ship? How much do you ship? How much, right? And I was just like, hold up, and at first, it was flattering, right? I'm like, wow, but then I had to, I really went into myself, and I just reminded myself, and it really clicked that, I could do that. But I want to teach you how to do it for yourself. You know what I mean? If I make this for you and you eat it, it's over. You see what I'm saying? I need to teach you how to do it for yourself. That is my passion, that you will learn how to can and preserve food for yourself and your family and your community. So it's the teaching aspect for me.
Awesome.
What good is it to give a man a fish,
Right.
And he's gonna eat the fish and it's over. But you teach him how to fish, and so that's just how I see it. So I see Brother Sincere has a question in here somewhat.
Yes, he says, talk about your love for hip hop, because I was so shocked how tapped in you were with my music.
He be laughing at me. I know he like, what is up with this sister? Right. I know he is like, what is up with her? Because I'm old school. That's all. And I'm old school hip hop. That's all. And East Coast. So he's East Coast hip hop too. So it's just certain that genre. So I love quality hip hop. Right. So I love the type of quality hip hop where there's the grammar is on point, the similes and metaphors is on point, the lyrics is on point. The storyline is on point. The bars and hooks is on point. That is what you call a masterpiece. It's actually, the poetry aspect of it.
Right.
When you can actually see the art that person put that together. You can see that how that came out of their mind onto the paper. They took the time to make sure, the lyrics lined up, the lyrics proper. You know what I mean? I love that. That just gets me so excited, because there's math involved with that, there's English grammar involved with that, and there's there's history involved with that. You know, you got to actually know what you're talking about. So I come from a time where hip hop, you got blasted if you put out something that didn't rhyme, that the lines didn't add up right. You know what I'm saying? The metaphors didn't make sense. You just saying stuff just to be saying stuff. You would get blasted. You know, you wouldn't even make it on the airwaves, you know, let alone a record deal. Nowadays, it's like they just put on. I'd be like, what are they saying? What are they saying?
Right.
I thought the title don't match the hook and the lyrics don't match the what's going on.
And they're not saying anything that's feeding our souls.
Right. Exactly. That's what, but you know, that's what hip hop was. You know, it comes also from us, as a people, a way to communicate. Right. You know what I mean? And to get remember the message. Okay, it was a message. You know, what was the rapper's name? I can't think of his name now, but y'all know I'm talking about the rapper. The song was called "The Message." And but it was always a message in hip hop, you know, and we were to, you know, you could dance, you know, back in, you know, slavery time, we would sing songs and they wouldn't understand what we were saying, but we would be saying it in a type of way, you know what I'm saying, putting a message out.
Singing our way to freedom.
Singing our way to freedom, like, okay, we're going to go over here, we're going to go over there, then 2 miles down and take a left, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. But they can't pick up on that rhythm. They can't hear it, you know. And now, so yeah, that's how I got in, brother. That's how, and so yes, and our brother Sincere Love to God, he is a genius at that. And
yes, he is.
So that's how I just kind of ran into him and just started following him and his journey. He was transparent with his journey, and that's what I love about you know when we're transparent about some things, and you see the authenticity of one another. Right. And you just realize it's just your brother, it's just your sister, you know. I love it.
It's family.
It's family. You know, I be feeling like he's a lost brother of mine. Like you know, I'm just waiting for one day somehow I'm gonna figure out. Oh, okay, so we cousins. That's what it is. I knew it. But I feel like that with my people. You know, I love my people. Yeah, love my people.
Same thing for me. I love Black people, period, point blank. Yeah. When I'm out and about, I make sure I'm smiling. I'm like, hey, how are you?
Yes.
Like I want to make sure that, you know, we know that it's comfort over here. It's welcome over here. You know, it's love over here.
Yes.
You know, and we got you over here.
Yes.
You know, we got to get back to that. You know, I mean, some of us have been damaged, you know, by the system, even and sometimes by each other, you know, but we have to just reassure one another that we're safe, you know, with each other again.
Yes,
and, you know, that's what I'm definitely trying to do. Just reassure one another that we are safe. We are our safe haven.
I see he has a question. Talk about joining the ABS Tribe Digital Real Estate. So he's referring to, you know, Brother Ben X and Jake Taylor. They have, you know, they are teaching digital real estate, you know, and helping us along, some of us along in our business journeys. You know, some of us who've never had a business, some of us who aspire to have a business. That's just a brief example. And they have what's called the ABS Tribe, which is a group of like-minded individuals that are striving to do better, striving to do something for self, you know, because we must. And so I am a part of that. And when I first came into it, it was around this time last year. I was just kind of feeling, you know, just not myself. And then the pandemic was up, and I'm just like, and I'm a stay-at-home mom and wife and homeschool teacher with my children and stuff. And so, you know, I left a full-time, you know, career to do this, and I love it, you know, but, you know, just found myself like just feeling a little bit unfulfilled, you know. I'm just like something more, you know, there's still something I'm not doing right. And then my finances, you know, just really not where I would like them to be. And, you know, just always hearing do for self. And I'm just like, what is that? You know, what is that? You know? And so when I joined the ABS Tribe, I still didn't know what I was going to do, but I was, you know, like, I got to do something for self. And a few questions they ask you is like, you know, so what do you do? What do you like to do? What would you do anyway if you didn't get paid doing it? And I was like, I remember saying, well, I'm in a homeschool, you know, I do canning, you know. And when I said it, I was just kind of like, I felt kind of embarrassed when I said it. Like, okay, that's nothing, you know. So that's just what I do, right? And as I learned through time, how we're taught that, God will he gives up, we all have a gift, right? And our gift will make a way for you, right? And so we have to identify our gift and then figure out what the purpose is for our gift. And then we got to make a profit off of that gift, right? That's what we're supposed to be doing. And so, it took me a little bit of time. And then eventually I started just tapping in. And then one day I was just canning one day. And I did, and some people see me and they're like, when are you going to teach us canning class? And I'm like, you think people will want to pay me to teach them how to can? And they were like, I'll pay you to teach me how to can. And I'm just like, I don't know. And so then I was just like, well, how would I do it? Because I did want to actually do that years ago, but like in person. I thought I would do canning parties and go to people's homes. But then, of course, this pandemic
stopped that.
So yeah, and I'm just, how would I do that? And so just fast forward, I figured out, doing it virtually, and it works very well. It's very successful. It really works well. I think because of the fact that the person is in their home, in their kitchen,
in a comfort zone,
and I'm with them the whole time. I'm just being myself. They're being their self, and I'm just, I'm very patient. With the people that take the class, and that's just what I do. And so it's working out. That's just kind of how I got into it. I'm just like, well, I guess, would this be a business? So I'm still learning. I'm just basically, out there letting people know. Yeah, I'm still very early in this.
So can you can meat? Like, say if I wanted to do chili.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's a big one. Yes, you can. People love.
I saw the veggies, so I'm thinking like,
yes,
people
veggies, love that.
So you can do meats and stuff as well.
You can do meat. You can do any types of fruits, meats, and your beans. So like bean soups and stuff like that.
Right.
Chilies is a big hit. People love making chili. Because just open it up, have chili, right?
Right.
And then yes. So yes, the answer to that question. The meats, I haven't tapped too much into that because I just don't eat meat. But yes, you can do it. You can do chicken. You can do chicken, turkey, whatever type of meat you want to do.
Okay.
People do pot roasts and stuff like that. Yeah, isn't that amazing? Yeah. So it don't have to be these boring green beans and carrots. You know what I mean? You can really turn it up and get fancy.
I want to try your mango salsa.
Okay.
I want to try that. I'm ordering that too.
Yes, I finally did put it on my website. I was so nervous about it because I'm just like, once again, will people buy it? So I did put it on there. Still kind of, I did get my first order last week. I was so excited about it. But I'm still kind of playing with how that works, with shipping costs and stuff like that. I just hate the shipping costs. It's just like, who wants to pay $50 for a pack, a jar of mango sauce? It's like, but it's not $50, but you kind of have to price it up there. So it's just unfortunate that you have to do that, but yeah, it's an option.
Now, a good question here is: are there different ways to can? And I'm assuming because I see you have glass cans. Can you use plastic as well?
No, ma'am. So all glass. Okay. So there, he could be asking about methods. So, like you see, I have these two different canners here.
Yes.
So, like this here is what is known as a water bath canner. So this is what we use for high acid foods like fruits and stuff like that. Okay. Apples, cherries, strawberries, whatever, fruits, high acid, okay? Because what happens is the temperature in here will get up to about 212 degrees, and that's safe enough to kill off the bacteria that could cause food spoilage and damage, okay? Now, this one here is the pressure canner. This is the method you use when you're canning like your low acid foods, which would be meats, and like beans and vegetables. So if you think of a carrot or your green bean, they're not really acidic, right? So this bad boy or this mama jamma, she gets up to 240 to 260 degrees Fahrenheit. Wow. And we have to get that heat up to that high to make the food safe. So those are the two ways to can.
And so say you're gonna do a batch of cans. I don't know how many comes in a box or whatever. Mm-hmm. how long does it take to, or the process, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if you're doing fruit, right? What's the process and how long is that process?
Yeah. So with these high acid foods, that's going to be like usually fruits, or something pickled. Okay. Now it just depends on the recipe and maybe the size jars that you're using. The actual process is basically putting the food in a jar. Now, what happens with this is you're going to fill this up almost full with water and bring it to a boil. And then you place this jar of food into the canner, then bring it back up to a boil. And then once it gets to a full boil, you set your timer for whatever the processing time is for that specific recipe. Okay. Yeah. So that's how that works. Now, this is a different process. This works by steam and pressure. So the water only comes up to about here. And then what that does is, once you put the food, same thing, into the canner, but this mechanism actually locks close. Okay.
I have a pressure cooker.
Yeah. So now this is a pressure canner, but it's similar to that. Okay.
Oh, so there's a separate.
Yes.
Just learn something.
So the pressure cooker cannot be used for pressure canning.
Okay.
The pressure canner can be used for pressure cooking, however.
Got you.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah. So when you lock that in, the heat starts to build up in there and that pressure as well builds up. And so when that heat gets there, this little dial gauge starts to move and it will get to wherever you need to be depending on the recipe. Okay. Gotcha. And then you will process it depending on the recipe.
Got it. Don't forget, everyone, to like, share, and click the notification
bell. Make sure you like, share,
like, and share.
Subscribe. Subscribe.
Is doing a fundraiser on Friday, the 15th, October 15th. I believe at 10 or 10:15.
I'm gonna log on. I'm gonna try to log on about 10:15. Friday. Eastern Standard Time.
Raffle tickets are $5. You guys, Cash App Colette Muhammad, $5. You will enter the raffle and win a free intro to canning class. So please hit. I joined the raffle.
Yeah, she did, and she has 4 tickets. She has 4 tickets. So every $5 is you get your name entered. So my sister got 4. She got her name in there 4 times already, y'all. Yeah, so get in there. Yes. So it's fine. Yeah, and I'm just gonna go live around 10:15, and then probably just still promote, give people time if they want a Cash App, and then I'm going old school with it. I'm just literally going to all the names that I get. I'm literally going to shake them up right in front of you all and pick a name out, and just trust your sister. I mean, we're gonna do it live. You see what happened.
And will this be on Instagram Live?
Instagram Live, okay. Yes. Instagram Live
tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah, 10 p.m. About 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to jump on live and get y'all, get us going. And if do any Q&A, got questions, bring your questions there. And then I'm going to be giving whoever wins going to get a consultation with me. It'll depend on, I'll meet you where you are, because you might be somebody who kind of knows a little bit about canning and maybe you need a refresher. So I'll meet you where you are. So if you just need a refresher, we'll do a refresher class together. Or maybe you're like, okay, I know the intro, I know, a little bit. I just want to can something. We can do that too. Okay, so I got you.
All right. Any more questions for Sister Colette regarding canning?
That's the website.
There it is. There it is.
That's the website.
So do you sell your merch there on your website as well,
I got a little bit of merch that I'm working on. Okay, so right now, so I'm Sister Colette, your sister by nature. Okay, and so I'm starting this movement, your sister by nature movement. So my thing is, I want us all as ladies, as sisters, as women, as girls to see each other as sisters. Okay, by nature, right? And so I have come up with this design. I'm not sure how well you can see it. Go to you probably can go to the website and scroll down and see it. And the products, if it allow you. Did it allow you? Can you scroll down? Okay, yeah, keep going. Okay, yeah. So this is, I have the hats and t-shirts, Your Sister by Nature, that I'm offering. And I'm just trying to start a little movement. You know, I just want us all to say, hey, I'm Sister, you know, whoever, but I'm your sister by nature. I'm Sister Lisa. Sister by nature. Yes. God. Okay. Hey, my name is Nicey. I'm your sister by nature. You know, so let's all say that to each other. You know, and it's for anybody. Yes, it's for anybody. You know, the shirt will always be black. I may change the colors because I had a couple of people ask me about different colors for the actual outline. So I may do a white, I may do a red. But the shirt and the background will always be black. So what I'm saying here is we're talking about the essence from where we come from, okay? Right. And in my mind, you know, when I think of the essence, I think of God, I think of triple darkness. I just think of the original, okay? Right. And so that's where we're all coming from. And so we're sisters by nature, by the origin, by God, right? And so I don't care who buys this shirt. You know, I don't care what race you are. We're sisters by nature. We're sisters from the original God, you know? Right. And so that's why it will always be black. You know, this color, this might change, right? Because that could change. But we are the original Black woman and man, okay? And that's where we come from. And the colors come from us. So all colors come out of Black. So that's kind of where I got that. And so that's just my little movement I'm trying to make.
You know, trying to look at my sister building. And bring your sister.
That's just me. I gotta.
I love. Look at
and so and if you are a brother on here, get it for your wife, your sister, your daughter. Yes. Your cousin, your niece, you know, I'm just trying to make movement. So we all walk around, hey, I'm your sister by, what's your shirt say? Your sister by nature? Oh, why does it say that? Oh, because I'm your sister by nature. You see what I mean? That's just
right. We all come from the same vine.
Yes. So that's that. Right. I appreciate you. Thank you for that.
I love your story. Love what you're doing. And again, I'm so excited because I will be joining the class.
Yay!
I'm going to get my Sister by Nature shirt.
Yay.
I will be purchasing my mango. You know what? That's one of my favorite fruits. Like, it took me to an adult to like mangoes.
Me too. Can I be honest? It took me to probably early this year to like it.
Oh, well, I love them. Oh,
I just was like, it's just kind of messy. It just seemed kind of doing too much, you know? Right. And then the whole idea of a salsa threw me because I'm like, I like a jalapeno salsa, like hot, spicy with the chips.
Right.
And I'm like, why would I want my salsa to be sweet? It doesn't make sense. But, you know, I tried it, you know, and I was like, it blew me away. Delicious, right? And so, and what she said, is there a storefront of canned goods coming soon?
We're going to put it up and we going to put that in the universe. Why not? Why not? Why not?
Oh, here's another one.
Put that in the universe. Why not?
Here's another one.
Have you ever thought of traveling teaching? Like going to places and hosting big classes?
I have, actually. That's kind of a dream of mine. I have. Now that one I have. So because she asked that question, or he or she, I am kind of, that kind of is a dream of mine.
Okay.
Yeah, I kind of want to go into the community. Too. I want to go into the community, like, you know, maybe at like centers or stuff like that, or schools, and do like presentations.
Yeah.
I would love to do that.
We're sisters by
That would be great. That would be dope.
Yeah.
And it can be the Sisters by Nature tour. Or
right.
You know,
I can do, you know, grab two birds with one stone or something like that. That'd be great. Wow, this has been wonderful.
It's gonna happen.
This has been great. So I am super blessed and honored to be the very first.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Hopefully y'all can hear me. I think I'm back. I just want to remind everybody that, you know, Sister is doing a raffle, which is going to give you a chance to win a free intro to canning class. You know what I'm saying? It's just $5.
It's right at the bottom.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So, you know, you can start doing that anytime now through up to, you know, tomorrow. And what I'll do is once I sign on.
I think I got it on the ticker. Yeah, at Sister Colette. Y'all see it at the bottom. Follow at Sister Colette on IG. Make sure you're following her. Make sure you follow me and my sister. Let me put our stuff up here real quick.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Make sure you're following all of us. Stay tapped in. As you see, we building, we growing. You know what I mean? We're gonna get this group economics thing together.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? We're here to support one another. And so, yeah, I think y'all held it down, man. I was watching. I was behind the scenes, trying to tap in. But this is gonna be a good one. This is a good first Black business showcase for Sincere Love to Godcast. I think there's some more questions in the chat. You guys covered a lot of stuff that I wanted to get into.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Let me see. Oh, Daniel been tapping in with us. Okay. Yeah, I was saying the same thing, Daniel. If I win, I'm just going to donate mine. Because here goes my thing, Sister Colette. And this might be something, you know, that you have to work on for people like me. You know what I'm saying? Because your page is one of those pages that, you know, I'm always seeing your stuff come across my timeline, and I always feel guilty that I'm not in your class because I realize how important it is. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, I ain't ready to start doing all that right now. You know what I'm saying? So what are you going to do for people like me to convince us to get on up in this class? You know what I'm saying? Because,
that's
you know, I'm like,
question.
I want to support my sister. I know that this is important. You know what I'm saying?
I like that question. Okay, so I did a video a while back, a couple weeks back, entitled "Can Men Can?" or "Can Men Take the Class?" Something like that. And the answer was emphatically yes, right? You can take the class. And so I went into talking about the benefits of men taking the class. And so my point that I made was, you know, how we're taught that our men are our maintainers, right? And they are to secure us, right? Their families, right? And so canning definitely is a way to do that. And I do know of brothers, actually Brother Daniel, he is a canner himself. And there are men have taken my class, okay? And so what I was talking to a pretend men audience, right? And so I'll, you know, talk to you, Brother Sincere. You know, so you know, just look at it as a way of securing, because that's what it is. You're securing food for yourself and your family for what's to come. And I even put a shout out there to single brothers. I said, okay, you know, how wonderful would it look once you know, meet that sister that you're interested in, and you be able to be like, listen, sis, one thing I can tell you right now, I got 6 months worth of food stacked already. Something going down. One thing you ain't got to worry about, sis, is we gonna eat. Okay. I mean, canning with you in mind. I was canning with you in mind the whole time. Okay.
You helping brothers get their Mac. You helping brothers get their Mac game together.
My brother raised 3 boys by himself as a single father, right? Okay. This would have been great for him as a single father raising 3 young men, you know, and it happened young, you know, so, you know, this would have been great for him at that time, especially being a young single dad, you know, it was tight, right? This would have been excellent for him. So that's another thing, you know, my son has a friend, you know, who's a single father, right? I'm gonna tell him about canning.
Tell him. I'm telling you, they'll be blown away.
Of men and canning.
And then you can tell them, look, babe, for the first 3 months you ain't even got to cook because I got you. So everything is good. Okay, just go in there and get what you need. Boom, boom, boom. Hook it all up. You know, I did the first part. All you got to do is warm it up, put it in the skillet, add them seasonings like you do. Make it taste like you want. Put your curries in there, whatever you want to do. But I already got the foundation laid. Okay. So yes, but just for anyone who's wondering what the fundraiser is for, so it is to help me in my effort. I'm trying to get some more equipment. that I need, and just some business expenses that I'm trying to cover. So that is the purpose for the fundraiser, just to help your sister out to get some things up and running that she needs to take care of to keep this going. So that's what that's for. So I thought, okay, I don't want to just ask me, how can I do this? So I think it'll be a win-win for all of us.
Absolutely. And it takes a village. Again, it's up to us to make sure that our Black businesses sustain. It's up to us. And so, I love the idea of the raffle. It's a way to have fun and engage, ask you questions, get to know you better, and have this, introduction class, just for a $5, little entry fee, right? So absolutely, everybody, please make sure you tap in tomorrow with Sister Colette on her Instagram Live, 10 a.m.
10 p.m.
PM. I'm sorry.
Yes, PM.
PM.
For the raffle. Eastern Standard Time. And make sure that you cash app at our money sign, Colette Muhammad.
Yes.
Money sign, Colette Muhammad, and everything is on the banner below. So make sure that you guys tap in and support our sister.
Thank you all. Appreciate y'all.
Definitely share this out. Everybody share this on your social media platforms. Tell a friend about the raffle and all of that. Like this video, you know what I'm saying? Let's get this algorithm up. I want to shout out to everybody that joined us live tonight, everybody in the chat room. We had as much as like 13 people up in here. I think that's a record for us, Sister Nicely. I think that's a record for us so far. We celebrating our small wins out here, you know what I'm talking about? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
absolutely. Glad to have you all in the building. Everybody that's supposed to be here is here, and y'all here for a reason. You know what I'm saying? And so hopefully you got some good information tonight out of this situation. One thing I did want to ask you, Sister Colette, early on, but Mercury was acting up over here, so I got it got away from me. But I know that you were quarantining recently, and you had some stuff going on with the family over there. So how's everything going with that?
Oh, everything is going great. Everything is going great. Thank you so much for asking. Yes, my youngest daughter had tested positive for COVID. We were all in quarantine, but we're all coming to the end of the quarantine now. Her symptoms have pretty much all subsided. Just got a little bit of congestion still that she's dealing with, but we have come through successful. So
I'm glad. God. Thank God.
Praise God. Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much for asking.
Indeed. Oh, so we got another question from the chat. What's your favorite food to can for your family?
I think I know.
I like to make salsa.
I know.
I like the jalapeno salsa. Now, I know I'm selling the mango, but I like I just love that salsa. I like spicy. and I really like it fresh before I actually can it. So I get to actually make it fresh, put some fresh on the side, and then can up the rest, so. So it gives you that, when you can it, it comes out similar to how, how you buy, you ever see salsa in the store, like in a jar, the Tostito brand? It's not as soupy as that. It still can be as chunky as you want it to be, but it kind of give you that feel a little bit.
Yeah. Well, that's what we've been eating.
Yeah, we've been eating it. That's what we've been eating. So yes. Yeah, but thank you. I am completely humbled and blessed and excited to have been on here as a first guest of many to come. You two are amazing. You
first
are
guest,
family. Yes, your family to me, like for real. Yes. And I just wish and pray for the best for you all.
And look, Sister Colette,
it's a
little twisting of my arm to get me here because, I don't feel like I'm the best speaker. I don't know.
Tell her how good she's doing. Tell her how well she's doing, please.
She's doing great. You're doing great.
Nervous. The first show, if you guys could feel my heart, it was jump out of my chest, oh my God, I felt like I was sweating.
Yeah.
I was worried if you guys could see the sweat. They're not gonna like me. It was just terrifying. But every show I'm getting more and more.
Yes. Yeah. And that's how it's going to be. Yep. You're doing great.
Thank you.
that brings me to something else, because Sister Colette, I know, you weren't always as confident to come on camera and get on the screen and just do what you're doing now either. So talk about some of that process and how you broke through, and why you doing that. Because hold on, because this sister, for those of y'all that don't know, make sure y'all following her on social media, because her content game is on fleek, like the kids used to say. I know they don't say it no more, but her content game is on fleek. Like your creativity with finding creative ways to talk about what you do and tie it into certain current events and different pop culture things that's going on and all that. Like, you a beast with it. Like, I'll be following your page like, yo, I gotta step my game up over here.
Listen,
I'm sharing your page so everybody can see.
Yeah. I'm telling you, I was hooked when you told me about it, in the show that we were gonna do. Like, once I started, I was hooked.
Wow, this is amazing.
And you're so pretty.
Oh, praise God. I'm just a reflection of you, sis. You my twin. You are my twin. Yep, that's the page.
Look at that. All those beautiful colors.
Yes.
In those jars.
Hold on.
Tell us, what's your dream job? Darling, I've told you several times before, I have no dream job. I do not dream of labor. So tell us, what's your dream job? Darling, I've told you several times before, I have no dream job. I do not dream of labor.
You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about? It's my sister right here. Hold up.
Hello, work? Yes, I'm afraid I can't come back in tomorrow. Because I have a new life now. I'm on TikTok. Hello, work?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Yes. Yo, I love your page. Yo, your page is so fly. It's so entertaining.
We need to contact Leslie. See what she can do to minimize the press on all this. And then we need to contact
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Content.
Oh my God. That's so funny. Listen, and you know what? I'm loving that. I am loving the content aspect. I am loving being able to be creative.
Talk about how you broke through. And get into that.
Help me out.
I'll be honest. Well, okay, I am a member, like I said, of the ABS tribe, in Deirdre Real Estate. And you just have to, what I would say, you just have to I had to build your confidence, right? And push the button. So Young Khan the Don, who is a member as well, one of our coaches, one thing he, stresses, because, some of us that are older, like myself, 51 years old, and it's like, we think that we, because of the technology and things like that we've missed it,
Wait, did she say 51?
Yes.
Where?
Praise God. Yes.
Baby, that black don't crack.
It don't crack, do it? No, it doesn't. Especially when you're
I didn't mean to cut you off. That just threw me.
Yes, and
continue.
Just being, I think what, also being in a community of you all, right? It started to make me feel protected, and that whatever I did, that you guys would critique me with love or give me some guidance, or maybe you should do it this way, or maybe your picture was kind of this way. And I'm open to criticism. You have to be open to ideas and people that know something that you don't know, and just step out on faith. And so that's what I started doing. Like, it's my family, whatever. What's the worst that could happen? And I had to let go of what people would think, like, what are people going to say if they see, like, what is my family thinking? Like, they never, what are my friends thinking, or what is people thinking? Because, like, but actually what I'm finding, this is me. Like, I'm just being myself. I'm just being myself, and I'm happy because I'm finally able to be myself, give something to the people, that is beneficial, that's going to help them, that I could possibly also reap some rewards from it, and so it's a way for us to circle wealth and knowledge and intelligence and build in an economy, just pooling our resources. So I just love the creativity and just watching other people do it. So I see what you guys do, and then I try to do it a different way. So
put your own spin on it.
That's how.
That's good.
Well, I hope
That's
that
good.
we are definitely with this Thursday night show gonna make Dr. Claude proud. That we hear him. I read his books. I tap in and try to listen to him as much as I can, because I didn't know how important it was, and I didn't know how hard it was for Black people to maintain business, start business, etc. So now I understand that, so I make it my business to support Black businesses monthly, even if that means driving a little further, spending a little more, right? That's my obligation to my people. And so and it's a mindset. And it's something that we all have to do collectively to make sure that circle is constantly spinning, just like it does in other communities.
That's right. That's right.
Indeed. And so now you're going to be doing it actually weekly, because support is not always monetary. So us doing stuff like
sharing
businesses as well. And on our Sunday show, we already agreed to make a concerted effort at the end of each show that we do on Sundays to give shout outs to different Black businesses that we're aware of. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's multiple ways to support. You know what I mean? It ain't nothing to follow somebody's page, to share their content, to tell somebody about their service or their business or their course or whatever it is that they're going on. That don't cost you nothing, but that's still another form of support as well. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So this has definitely been amazing. We ain't going to keep y'all all night, but I just want to remind everybody, make sure y'all following Sister Colette. Y'all see it going across the bottom of the screen. Make sure y'all following Sister Colette, and the website is canonwithcolette.com. Very simple, easy to remember. canonwithcolette.com. Y'all make sure y'all tap in with her to get more information on the whole process, how it works, how you could join her class. And so make sure y'all following her, because you'll get enough information on your timeline. You know what I'm saying? Just from that alone. And the raffle, don't forget about the raffle. Just $5 to enter, and you have a chance to win a free intro to Canon class, so you can learn more information about, what we talked about here tonight. And each $5 that you enter will give you another opportunity to win. So send as much as you like. Send as much as you like. You supporting a sister who's trying to build over here. So that's what's up.
That's what's up.
Any closing words you got for the people? What would you like to leave the people with tonight, Sister Colette?
I guess what I would say, what I usually say, because it's just dear to my heart, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, who I learned this skill from, has advised us to preserve, I'll say this, to store a minimum of 3 months worth of food in our home. Okay, so you got to do that however you need to do that. Okay, so I don't want anybody feeling like it can only be done with canned food. Okay, so there are some, if you have to go and buy stuff in cans, non-perishable items, dry goods and things like that, but do an assessment, take the time out tonight, tomorrow, to do a walkthrough and ask yourself, like, how do I get to 3 months worth of food? That's just a bare minimum. It can go like that, right? You got to do the math though. There's some math involved. So it's you, whoever lives in the home, how many meals does everybody eat per day? Okay. And do it like that. And then see what you need to put in storage to get you at least 3 months of food to get you through these uncertain times. So there's other ways you can do that, not just jarring. So I don't want anybody to feel pressed or overwhelmed about it, but that's what I would like to say.
Awesome. Great. Well, it's harvesting time.
Yes.
And it's time for us to sow seeds, the right seeds in each other, so that we can grow. So that's what I would like to say, obviously, before closing. It is harvesting time, right? And let's sow the right seeds, y'all.
Absolutely. And so, yes, this has been another great episode of Sincere Love to Godcast. And I don't know my lines, but I want to thank y'all for tuning in. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. And remember, we are not the master teachers, students, here to spread the information that was passed down to us from our elders and build within our community. You know what I'm saying? Love for our people. You know what I'm saying? That's why we're doing this. And so make sure y'all tune in with us next week for another great episode. Actually, check in with us on Sunday for our Sunday episode. Yeah, this week, man, we got a lot of stuff to cover about things that have been going on this week. But you know, we're gonna be talking about this Kyrie Irving situation. You know, everybody's talking about that. That's a hot topic and all the stuff that's going on with the vaccines out here and all of that stuff. So tap in with us on Sunday. That's 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 4 p.m. Central Time, and Pacific Time. I'm sorry. Yeah, and so yeah, that's where we'll be at, and we hope to see you there as we take y'all black to the future.
Hey,
you know what I'm talking about?
Hey, I know that's right.
Right.
All right, family. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us, Sister Colette. I'll see y'all on the other side.
Absolutely. Thank you, Sister Colette.
Peace.
Have a good night, you guys.
Good night.